icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business. About to make a movie independent. Need new trucks independent.
Hey, what's up guys, it is Psycho Sam here and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm super excited to bring you guys a brand new episode of FPS survival series in Unity. In today's episode we're going to be taking a look at how you actually use these items that we learned how to pick up in the previous episode, alongside creating the entire inventory system itself. So in this episode we're probably just going to turn this item into a med kit, and then pick it up and then gain health from it, and then have one more cube or something else, and which is going to resemble a food or a piece of water or something like that, and then we're gonna drink it or eat it, and then decrease our hunger and also thirst for the player, so that we gain complete control over the player. And if you guys want me to cover up something specific you would like to see in the next episode, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. So we're gonna start off by opening up the item script here. There we go. I opened up Visual Studio in advance just to make sure that it doesn't lag while opening, because it's a little bit awkward when you just sit here and you're like, yeah, we're gonna let this open up now. So we're in the item script. What we're gonna do here is we're going to create a new public, we could say that this is just a string, and we're gonna say type. Alright, so this is going to resemble the item type. Like, we're gonna have a few different types, which is going to be like health, maybe some water, food, or maybe liquid, and then something which is called pretty much like custom, where we can pretty much just like call a custom function depending on that. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually going to go back to Unity, and right off the bat just ensure that we are setting this item type to be we could perhaps say water, right? Yeah, let's call it water. And we're gonna go back to Visual Studio. Then we are going to go to our slot script, and let's see here, on pointer enter hover equal to true, if item boom. Yeah, alright, so we don't have anything yet. I just tried to remember what we actually did. So we have nothing that says if we actually click on this item. So what we're gonna do here, we're going to check out if the item is existing, then we're going to click on it in order to actually drink this water. So what we're gonna do here to begin with is pretty much just creating a public void on pointer click, and then say pointer event data, just like the other two. But this one is specifically for actually clicking on the slot. Now, we want to also go to public class slot and edit this a little bit and add iPointer click handler. There we go. So this is going to be the kind of library, if that's the right word for it, we're going to use for actually calling this function. If you don't call this, this is not going to throw an error, but oops, this is not going to throw an error, but it's just not going to work. So now what we're doing here is we're pretty much just saying if we actually click on the slot, then we're going to do something. So first and foremost, we have to check if the item is actually existing in the slot, or else it's just going to bug out because there's not going to be an item that we have to click on. So we can simply just say if item, which means if item is actually existing, then we can do this, and we can just say we could create a new script called, or like new reference to the item script called item, maybe just capital I item. I don't know, it's a pretty bad name, I guess. This item, yes, that's a pretty good name. And then we can just say item.get component item. The reason I'm doing this is to make it easier to refer to the item script itself, in order to skip having this part all over the place whenever I want to edit a variable, whenever I want to call a function from the item script, etc, etc. So you just do it from the beginning, and then you use this in order to refer to the script itself instead. So now I can say this item dot, yeah, we can actually have an if statement. So we're gonna say checking for item type. If item, or yeah, this item dot type is equal to water, then we're going to do something specific here. And now I actually want to, we can create a new variable here called private game object player, and inside of void start we can say player equal to game object dot find with tag, and then say player. There we go. So this is going to allow every single one of these slots to actually find the player as soon as we enter the game. I can move that down. We can also go back to Unity. I just want to ensure that we actually tag the player as player. Yeah, we did. So if you don't have tag player here, just click on it and pick player. It's going to be added by default, so you just pick it from the list. Yeah, from the list here. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna go back to the script. We can go down here. Yeah, we can actually go to our player script and create a new public void called drink. Alright, this sounds like we're playing as an alcoholic, but we're going to drink water because we're family friendly here, and a professional stream, right? So we could pretty much just say thirst plus equal. Yeah, we're just increasing thirst by each second, so we can say thirst minus equal oh, there we go, minus equal perhaps actually, you know what, we can do like this. We can also have a parameter called float rate, or maybe yeah, decrease rate. That sounds like a clever name. We can also go to our item script just real quick here. There we go. And no, not the item script, sorry, the slot script. There we go. Then we're going to pretty much just say we could just say player.getComponent player dot drink, and then a value here which is going to be specific for the item, and for that we're actually going to create it inside of our item. Or else, yeah, perhaps we can just do that instead. Then we can have a public float decrease value. There we go. Then we can have any kind of like float or a boolean or an integer like this in order to use it for any kind of other type of item that there is, like hunger especially, which is we're going to use this for both like decreasing thirst and hunger, because hunger and thirst are increased by a float value every second anyway. So we can do that very, very easily. So if you just go back here, we can simply say item type dot oh no, sorry, this item it is, yeah, this item dot decrease value. Did I say decrease value? Yeah, decrease, maybe decrease rate. That's a better name, right? I like that name much more. I like the word rate. I don't know why, but I do. So we can just change it here as well. So what this is going to do is, we're saying if we are clicking on the slot, first and foremost, go ahead and check if there is an actual item in the slot. If there is not, just ignore this entire thing, because obviously we're not clicking on anything, we're just clicking on a null thing. If there is an item, however, then we say we're creating a new reference to the item script that we have here, which is going to be called this item that we're going to use inside of this function. And it's going to be equal to the item script itself for the item that is inside of this inventory. And then we're throwing a comment just saying that we're checking for item type, and we're saying if item type is actually water, then we're going to call this. And then we can have another if statement like this, like if this item dot type is equal to hunger or health or whatever it might be, then we just call something specific there. And this is actually very little hard coded, because we literally do everything from the player itself, and we're actually referring to other scripts from this script itself, because we don't want to like limit this slot to one item. Obviously that's not the point of an inventory, so we're just doing it this way. Then we're just saying player.getComponent, we're getting the component player, getting the script player, then we're calling the drink function and setting the float parameter. There we go. I was trying to search for a word. The parameter to be the item's decrease rate that we have specifically set, or we're going to specifically set. Then we can go back to player, and we're gonna say thirst minus equal decrease rate. There we go. That's pretty much it. Now we can go back to Unity. First and foremost, we could actually take ahead with the item here. Type water, yeah. Alright, so decrease rate, we're gonna say 50, because we're gonna decrease thirst by 50 every time we drink. One more thing that I want to do, I want to go to our inventory script and on trigger enter add item. Okay, add item. In no way are we destroying this item, right? Wait, slot I get component empty. Yeah, okay, so it's getting added. item equal to item picked up. But what happens with the item? That's the question. I don't remember. Item added equal to true. Alright, so if we play the game, I just want to see what it actually happens, just theoretically. Oh, okay, it doesn't get destroyed or anything, right? Yeah, it just gets added every time we walk on it. So what we're gonna do then, we can go to Unity one more time, and then we can create a cube and place this to be a child object of the player. Then we can set position x0, position y0, and position z0, or position z, right? Yeah. Sorry, English is not my main language if you didn't know. So then we're gonna rename the cube to item manager. That's a pretty good name. Which is going to be the game object that actually holds every single one of these items that we have for the player's inventory. And we're also going to remove component box collider, remove component cube renderer, and then mesh renderer too. There we go. And I can go back to Unity. We can, for the inventory, in the inventory script, we can create a new public game object here right underneath slot holder, and we can say public game object item manager. There we go. And let's see here where we actually in the add item method or the function, we are also going to say before item added equal to true, we're going to say let's see, item dot transform dot parent is equal to item manager dot transform. There we go. So we're setting the item dot transform dot parent like the parent object of the item that we're picking up right now to be the item manager, so that we actually add the item to the item manager. And we're also gonna say item dot position, or item dot transform dot position, it is equal to item manager dot transform dot position. Yeah, pretty much that. I think that's pretty good. We could also say, you know what, we'll come back to it. I was thinking of when we equip like a weapon, obviously the rotation is also going to be a little bit different than when you pick it up, but we can come back to it later. It's not very important to do right now, or else it's just going to be hard coding, which is a bad practice. I don't want to show that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we can go to player script, or the player object, sorry, and then we can attach the item manager here and then play the game. So let's see how this works out. Oh, there we go. All right, so it's being set to it, but it's not following the item manager. Why is it not doing that? That's actually interesting. Is it because we have a rigid body? No, that shouldn't be the reason. It is the reason. What? Alright, so if you have a rigid body, you can't really... The parental thing is being overwritten, I guess? Whoa, what happened? Oh, okay, I saw this. I was like, why is the inventory messed up? Huh, that's actually really, really weird. Alright, then we're gonna go back to our script and we're gonna say item dot get component. Or wait, we could just say destroy item dot get component rigid body. That should work, right? So we can go back to Unity one more time. Now it should be at least following the item manager and the player in general. So we can just enable, boom, yeah, there we go. All right, and let's see here. We could also just say, yeah, probably we could just say disable. This is actually interesting. We don't really have to have it like a specific function. We can just simply do it here. And we could, let's see here. We have a box collider, we have a mesh renderer, we have a cube mesh filter. All right. Probably just remove the, like, destroy or disable these scripts. We can pretty much just say, let's have this down a little bit. There we go. And then boom, just jump a line up, or maybe two. There we go. And here in return we can just say item.getComponent, or perhaps we should first check for it in case there actually is a mesh render. If item.getComponent mesh render, renderer, oh, it's actually right, okay. Then we're just going to say if that's true, then item.getComponent mesh renderer, there we go. Dot set or enabled equal to false. Yeah, we can just do that. Let's see here. Renders meshes. And why do we have an error here? That makes no sense. Oh wait, did we do something wrong here? Oh, sorry, I forgot to add a semicolon there. GameObjectGetComponent is a method which is not valid in the given context. What? Oh, so we can't do this now? Since when? Huh. GetComponent mesh renderer. Oh, I see what I missed previous time. Yeah, I missed the opening and the ending parentheses. My bad, sorry. There we go. It's supposed to be like that. I was like, what? I'm certain that I was doing this before. Why am I not supposed to do it now? Like, what? Alright, there we go. So now it's going to also calculate or render the item as invisible as soon as we pick it up so that we don't see it anymore. Oh, wait. There we go. Alright, so as you might have realized, there's actually a bug that just happened to me as well. If you don't enable and disable the inventory from the beginning of the game, it's going to be a little bit problematic because it's not going to allow you to pick up items. So what you can do, actually we're going to fix it in a bit, but if we just click on this item now, I don't really see anything happening here. Oh yeah, hold on. We actually have to thirst. Alright. We could also try this. I'm gonna go back, by the way, to what I was just saying, but we're also going to go to public void update and we're gonna say print thirst. There we go, just to make sure. What was it called? Oh wait, this is the inventory script. Player, there we go. What was the thirst? There we go. We can just print it all the time. So print thirst, boom, that's it. We can also remove this if statement because we don't want to decrease the thirst by using that. That was from the first episode. There we go. We can go back to Unity, play the game. Let's see here. So we enable, disable, boom, click on it, and you'll see that it's decreasing now. So it decreased to, holy moly, this is so much. So we can clear, you can see 41. If I click on it again, boom, 90. Now we obviously want to destroy the item if we want to, if we're using it. So player.getComponent drink. Alright, so we can just say then destroy item. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then it should turn to regular thing. So after that we just play one more time. Enable, disable. Boom. Oh, okay, so it doesn't wanna... Yeah, so it destroys the item, but it doesn't change the slot texture. Hold on, I know a fix to this. Yeah, we just set the texture to be null as well. Item icon, okay, else. So if empty is true, then we're going to say we want to set the item icon to be null. There we go. Now we can go back to Unity one more time before we fix the bug with the inventory. Enable, disable, boom, click on it. Oh, it's missing, but it's not wanting to. Huh, that's actually interesting. So there is no item icon, but still. Oh, it's being raw image texture. Okay. Then we can simply say, yeah, we can pretty much just say this .getComponent raw image .texture equal to null. There we go, that should fix it now. We can also stop printing the... Oh no, I closed this script or whatever. We can also delete this print line. Now go back to Unity. What was the script that I just closed? Player inventory item. Okay, so slot. We can open that up again. There we go. Alright, so we play the game one more time. Enable disable, boom. We walk on this, pick that bad boy up, boom. Alright, so now it's deleted. And you can see that it's destroyed from the item manager as well. But still, the thirst is decreased too, so that's perfect. Now to the bug with the inventory. God, this is so annoying with the bug. The bug is happening because we are setting the, like in the inventory script, we're saying at start of the script, we're going to calculate every single one of these slots and we're gonna get them. But at start, we're disabling the inventory. So instead, what you can do is, there's actually a few different fixes to this, but the easiest way of doing it, I would say, would be if we just like enable the canvas. Or maybe we just simply say, yeah, you know what? We're gonna hard code this a little bit. We can set the canvas to be false, the script itself. So then we're going to go to the inventory script and detect inventory slots. There we go. And we can also then say, right off the beginning, we can say, hold on, it was called inventory, right? The canvas itself, yeah. Alright, so we go back here. We say inventory.getComponent canvas dot enabled equal to true. And then we say inventory dot set active false. But we need the inventory set active to false after the for loop. There we go. Because we want this to run first so that we can actually detect every single one of these slots. So what we're doing here, we're saying the inventory is going to be enabled at the start of the game, but we disable the UI itself. Oh, that's my face. Oh, you can't hear that. That's awkward. Then I just said it for very random reasons. It was like a Facebook message. Oh god, this again. Alright. So we're pretty much just saying the UI itself for the inventory is disabled at start, but the inventory is enabled. So it's going to go ahead and read all the slots. But after it's reading off the slots, we're going to set the canvas UI to be true, and then we're going to disable the entire inventory. And I just want to check one more thing. I think, we could actually do like this. We can cut that part, and it pays it right above inventory set active equal to false. There we go. I think that would make more sense. Let's see here. So boom. Now we walk onto this. Oh, it didn't work. Huh, alright, that's actually interesting. Ah, okay, now I see the mistake here, boys. As you know, we have a boolean called inventory enabled, and it's being set to false by default because it's a boolean, and that's the reason to why it's like a boolean is by default set to false unless you actually give it the true value here. So it's being set to false. What we're gonna do is slots being detected. We're gonna say inventory enabled equal to true. And then boom, we go back to the last part here, detect inventory slots. Inventory set active false. Instead of that, we just say inventory enabled equal to false. There we go. Yep, that should actually work now. There we go. So the inventory enabled was automatically setting it to false anyway. So we just walk onto it, boom, there we go, it's working now. Alright. So one more weird thing that I just realized now, the first slot doesn't get the item, but the second one does. For some reason, because it's obviously programming and it's supposed to be stupid. We could test this. Boom, copy paste. We have multiple waters. Then we walk onto each one of them and see if slot 1 actually gets any of them. Boom. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. Huh, it actually does not. The slot... Wait, what? Alright, that's really, really weird actually. Hold on a bit. So boom, if I walk on to the first one... Oh, now it's what? This is so weird. Okay, that's working. This item doesn't even want to get picked up for some reason. Okay. I have no clue why the first slot is not being rendered otherwise. So if you open it up at start, it's still bugging out. Or if you don't open it up, it still bugs out. What? Alright, this is interesting. We're gonna check this out, boys. Alright guys, so I found a different kind of approach to this. Now, we can fix this easily. So instead of disabling and enabling the entire canvas itself, we're just going to disable and enable the canvas script itself, the component on the inventory. So instead of inventory.setActive true in the if statement for inventory enabled, we're just simply going to say inventory.getComponent canvas, boom, enabled equal to false, or yeah, true in this case. And then we can copy paste this in here. I challenge you to write it just to make sure that you don't. I'm doing this to not lose time, but I challenge you to write it in case you want to learn the code. We could also remove this little fix that we had before, like that we had added, because it's kind of useless now. Where was the other part? Yeah, there it is. Alright, so now we can go back to Unity. And first and foremost, go to your canvas and rename it inventory. Inventory. Now, actually, we can have it canvas because if you have some other parts of the UI, obviously you want to have it complete. Now, you just simply like enable the canvas itself, but you disable the component here. So now, when you play the game, after editing the code and enabling the inventory, you can see that you pick up item 1. Item 2, I don't know why that one is harder to pick up. I think it's a problem with the collision. Yeah, it must be the collision because that third item was a little bit difficult too. So as you can see, they are now added. Now, one thing that I troubleshot before I actually got back to you guys is if we can click it, because these slots are enabled all the time, even when the inventory is disabled, if we can click the items. So if I align my mouse here, boom, click, you can hear the clicks, raise their mouse. It's still not clicking, but if I just click once when it's enabled, obviously it's still going to work now. So this is perfect. This is working now. The bug is fixed. The solution was found and given to you guys by a professional content creator. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this episode. You can do the same thing for food and all that kind of stuff if you just want to have like a food kind of in your game. I can do that in the next episode too. I don't have time for this episode anymore longer for tonight, but I can do that in the next episode. Let me know if you want me to cover up how you add food too. That's literally the same thing, but it might be a good thing that I showcase it to you guys as well. So once again, let me know in the comments. Also let me know if you have any other features you would like me to specifically take a look at and cover up in this episode or in these episodes in this series. With that being said, we're about to reach 2,000 members on Discord. You guys are insane, but I love you because of that, so keep being insane. I like it. On top of that, we have some cherries on the top. All right, we have some surprise secrets coming up soon within the sponsorship that I was talking to you guys about earlier too. So it's not ended yet. We definitely have something more to cover up, or some things more to cover up. So make sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to tune for that. That's going to be super exciting. I have a little bit of information in my hands right now that I don't really want to share because I want to keep it as a little bit of a secret, but it's going to be timed well with this 2K members on Discord. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And on top of that, obviously, speaking of which, join Discord. We are a game dev community there. So we have a community which pretty much just discusses anything really weird stuff too. Obviously, we have some quite strange memes, let's say that. And join Discord. We're gonna host some giveaways as well. Join Discord. The links are in the description and also in the comments down below or in the pinned comment. And with that being said, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe once again if you want to stay up to tune for new content, and also leave a comment if you have any suggestions. And with that being said, I'll either catch you in the comments or in the Discord server. See you guys. Bye-bye.
We just wanna make you go psycho. Put $100,000 in the Bible. Ooh, I took the game with my eyes closed. Last verse was before the award show. What? Icon tatted on my torso. Me and Moy dipping in the Porsche. So what? I ain't even taking on tour. So what? Your shit is fire, I'm more so. What?